Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Lady Broncs getting set to take on the Campbell County Lady Camels in the state championship game of the 4A division. Should be a fun one. Obviously close matchups throughout the season between these two longtime rivals, Campbell County and Sheridan. And it's just an exciting time. A lot of people from the community have made their way down to see this game and see it in person. We're glad you're listening if you couldn't make it down to Casper tonight, but should be a fun one. Now we look at this game, and obviously when you've played three really, really tight games, really it comes down to fundamentals. So whoever wins this game, I mean, the keys to victory in this game are going to be who turns it over less, who's efficient offensively, and efficiency in basketball on the offensive end basically means how many points do you score per shot, right? And so whichever team makes more shots and doesn't turn it over, likely going to win this game. The other part of that is both of these teams play a high pressure defense. It is ball pressure everywhere. They play with a ton of effort. They're both well coached. So which team can create a couple more turnovers, force a few more turnovers from the other team, that may be the difference in the game. I mean, we're anticipating a close ball game. Who knows? You never know what you're going to get in a state championship, but we imagine that this one should be a tight one. And the teams are getting their final instructions from the coaches. The cheerleaders have come out on the floor for the starting lineups, and we do want to update you because there was a couple Johnson County games going on earlier today. The Buffalo boys, the Buffalo Bison, they played in the third-place game here at the 3A state tournament, and Buffalo was defeated by the Douglas Bearcats by 12. So Buffalo comes in at fourth place in this year's 3A state tournament. On the girls' side, it was the same as the boys' side, where it was a Buffalo-Douglas matchup, but that was for the state championship game, and Douglas came away with a 21-point victory over the Buffalo Lady Bison. So Douglas, once again, is the champions of the 3A girls, and Buffalo takes home second place. So congratulations to the Bison and the Lady Bison. I'm sure it didn't end quite how they wanted it to, but to get here and to win a couple games is a big deal for both of those teams. A lot of announcements being made, obviously, out on the floor here. It's a state final, right? So everything takes a little bit longer, but we're going to go ahead and dive into the starting lineups. And first we take a look at Campbell County. And for Campbell County, they're announcing the non-starters right at the moment, something they do for this final. They don't do it at any other time during the year where you announce non-starters. They go through the entire roster in front of everybody, and even the players who may not get a single minute today get their name announced at the crowd, and it's a great experience for these kids. It's why it's so neat to be in a state final. I mean, it's really hard to get here. We were having that conversation off the air with several people. Just, getting to the semifinals is hard. Getting through that semifinal is super hard. I mean, if you followed basketball, a ton of times there's a favorite team that just gets knocked off in the semifinal. It's hard. You're at the Ford Wyoming Center. It's a different view of the basket. You saw it last night where Cody and Sheridan just didn't shoot terribly well. Sheridan wound up getting used to the rims and shooting three-pointers better last night, and that was part of the difference in the game as they hit some clutch threes in the second half. But, it's really, really difficult. So you want to embrace this time and really enjoy it, because even though this program is on the rise for Sheridan, they lose three seniors off of this team. There's no guarantee you ever get back to the state final for those, the freshmen or the sophomores or the juniors that are on this team and will be on the team next year. It's such a difficult thing, that game against Cody could have gone the other way very easily. Sheridan was down 9 at half, and they wound up just coming out and winning by 5 and doing a great job. And finally, we get to the starting lineups, and starting for the Lady Camels is a 5'6" junior wearing number 5. Her name's Kaylee Neary. Averages 11.5 points a game. She shoots 31% from the three-point line. Over on the Sheridan side, they announce Addie Burgess, a 5'4" senior, the season record holder for threes in a season. She shoots 37% from the three-point line. She had 3 three-pointers against Cody yesterday, had 5 three-pointers against Rock Springs in the opening round game. Also starting for the Camels, Lauren Kubacher. She's a 5'10" junior. 7 points, 7 rebounds a game. A junior for the Sheridan side, Avery McMullen. She wears number 12. Defensive stalwart, adds 5.5 points a game. Also an excellent three-point shooter, 36% from the three-point line on the season. For the Lady Camels, they announced Micaiah Diamond. She's a 5'6" senior. averages 4.5 points a game. She shoots 39% from the three-point line. Addie Pendergast is the senior from Sheridan, going to Stanford on a track scholarship. She runs the point, averages almost 3 assists a game, 7 points a game. Cammie Curtis gets announced for the Lady Camels. She's a 6-foot senior. She wears number 12. Averages just under 13 points a game, just under 5 rebounds a game. Oh, and by the way, she can shoot it really well from the three-point line as well, 41% on the season. Mesa Hanift gets announced. She's the star freshman for the Lady Broncs, second leading scorer in the state, leading rebounder in the state. And then finally, rounding out the starting lineup for the Lady Camels is a 5'10 junior wearing number 22. Her name's Patience Smith, shoots 33%. Averages 4 points a game, and the final Lady Bronc to get announced here this evening in the state championship game is number 33, Allie Lagaki. She kind of does it all. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 2.5 steals per game. She had a rough first half last night, did not play well. Came up in the second half and hit 3 big threes in that victory over Cody. So we're getting set. It's Curtis versus Hanift in the center circle. The referees all verify that they're ready. Tip goes up. Hanift wins it to Lagaki. Off to Burgess. Burgess, left side. Kicks it back to Lagaki. Now Pendergast, top of the key. She's guarded by Kubacher. Pendergast, guarded by Curtis now as they switch. Pendergast off to McMullen. Now to Lagaki in the right corner, guarded by Diamond. Lagaki has the size advantage. Works left. Pivots. Fires a 3. Right wing. In and out. Curtis with the rebound. Campbell basketball off to Neary. Neary working up the right sideline. Gets it to the middle now. Hands off to Curtis. Curtis dives in against Pendergast. Gets to the baseline. Picks up her dribble. Pendergast cuts her off. And the pass goes to Diamond now. And the Lady Camels reset. Swing it over to Castellanos. Castellanos swings it over to Curtis. Curtis guarded by Burgess. This is a mismatch in terms of size. Curtis is 6 foot. Burgess is 5'4". Now to Castellanos. Castellanos to Neary. Neary into the paint. Fires a shot off the glass. That doesn't go. Rebound tipped out long. Diamond comes up with it. Diamond to Curtis. She fires an NBA range 3 and hit it. Cammie Curtis killed the Lady Broncs in that regional final. I believe it was 6 threes in that game. And she has the opening bucket in this one. 3-0. Campbell County leads. First quarter of action. State championship game. Pendergast with it in the half court. Bounce pass to Lagaki at the elbow. Lagaki out to the wing, looking inside for Hanift. Kicks it off to McMullen. McMullen, one dribble, looking inside for Hanift. Hanift goes up and catches it. Tries to step through. She's double-teamed. Fires up a shot. Lot of contact. No call. Referee's been letting him play. Neary comes down with a rebound for Campbell. Lady Camels push it. Neary, top of the key, guarded by Pendergast. Neary, off to Curtis. Curtis fires a 3 over McMullen. That's off. Well, a little rough or good defense by Avery McMullen. Tough shot from Curtis. And Lagaki pulled down the board. Gets to the top of the key. Into the paint. Tough little pass to Hanift. Kubacher tipped it out of bounds, but it was touched by Hanift. So it's Camel basketball. That's actually going to probably go down as a turnover on the Lady Broncs in the official scorebook as Lagaki was looking for Hanift. Kubacher streaked down the lane and was able to tip it, and then it tipped off of Hanift's finger and out of bounds. Full court pressure from the Lady Broncs, and we got a foul away from the ball on Avery McMullen. She was chasing Anna Castellanos, and Castellanos, she was going to the ball in this full court pressure. The ball was not passed to her, but they call a hold on Avery McMullen, so the junior picks up her first foul. That's the first foul in this championship game. Neary collects the inbound, passes to Diamond just across half court. She's double teamed, kicks it off Neary. Neary gets it to Kubacher, high post. Now to Curtis in the corner. Curtis one dribble to Kubacher. Kubacher traveled. They didn't call it. Gets into the paint, fires up a shot. That does not go. Rebound, Mesa Hanift. Hanift with it, gets it off to Lagaki. 3-0, Lady Camels lead in the first quarter. Lagaki off to Pendergast. Pendergast working against Neary. Into the paint, little bounce pass to Hanift. Hanift squares up against Diamond. Diamond falls over and they call a charge. Micaiah Diamond was in front of Hanift. Hanift kind of pushed her with the basketball, and Diamond went to the floor. And it's a charge on Hanift, so 2 fouls against the Lady Broncs. 0 so far against the Lady Camels, and they make an early substitution as Paige Riedesel checks into the game. There was another number. There it is, Hadley Tullis into the game. She's a sophomore. Riedesel's a senior. She stands 5'10". So a couple quick substitutions for the Camels. We're at 5:41 on the range scoreboard. It's 3-0. Castellanos working in the full court, guarded by McMullen. Castellanos across half court. Man-to-man from the Lady Broncs. McMullen on Castellanos. She passes it off to Neary. Open 3. Left side, no good. Lagaki fighting for the rebound. It was tipped over the back from Riedesel. No call. She went over the back and tipped the ball out of bounds. So it's Lady Bronc basketball. No foul on the play. Burgess along the baseline to inbound, as the Lady Camels will show full court pressure. Inbound goes to Lagaki. She gets it right back to Burgess, and Burgess works against Neary. Burgess, left side, across half court, now gets to the middle. Neary still defending. Handoff goes to McMullen. McMullen streaks into the paint, near the elbow, fires a little runner. That doesn't go. Haniff battles for the rebound, tipped it out, and McMullen came away with it. Kicks it to Burgess, right wing. Bang! Eddie Burgess, 3-3. 5:02 on the range scoreboard, and we're tied. First quarter of action, state championship game. Campbell County and the Sheridan Lady Broncs. Riedesel with it, passes it off to Neary. Finds a cutting Curtis down low, up and in. Good pass from Neary. Curtis lays it up and in, and she has all 5 for the Lady Camels. Neary gets the assist as Curtis just snuck behind Mesa Haniff and was able to get into low block and lay that thing up. Burgess gets it to Lagaki in the half court. Lagaki kicks it over to Burgess. 1 of the 3. Neary came out to defend. She gets it back to Lagaki, left wing. Lagaki working right. Castellano steps in front. She blocks. It's a blocking foul. She was moving her feet, and that's the first foul against the Lady Camels. A lot of contact out there on the perimeter. It's 5-3. Lady Broncs trail by 2. 4:22 to go, and we have the first substitution for the Lady Broncs as sophomore Cam Wagner checks into the game. She stands 5'9". She checks in for McMullen. So it's Wagner, Pendergast, Lagaki, Haniff, and Burgess on the floor. Wagner inbounding. Gets it to Pendergast. Pendergast at the three-point line, looking inside for Lagaki. Good little entry pass. Tullis knocked it away, though. Oh, I thought it was going to be a good pass, and Tullis got a fingertip on it, knocked it away, and Gillette comes away with the basketball. Campbell County, Kubacher with it. Left side, trying to dive into the paint. She loses it. Ball's on the floor. Burgess dives on it. Now so does Campbell County, and we've got a jump ball as Diamond and Burgess both went to the floor. They tied it up in the jump ball. The first jump ball of this quarter goes the way of Campbell County. 3-5, Lady Broncs trail. 4:03 on the range scoreboard. Neary inbounding for the Lady Camels. Everybody moves. Neary kicks it to Curtis. Curtis into the low paint. Burgess tries to take a charge. Good step over help side by Burgess as she forced Curtis to miss the shot, and Sheridan pulls down the rebound. Lagaki with it in the half court. Lagaki looking left, now looking right. Doesn't have anybody. She's picked up her dribble. Gets it off to Burgess, guarded by Diamond. Burgess off to Pendergast, into the paint. Pendergast back pivots, off to Burgess, fires a 3, top of the key, over Diamond. That doesn't go. Haniff offensive board. Mesa Haniff with it. She's grabbed by Kubacher, and that's a foul against Campbell County, and now the foul count is 2-2. Haniff has another rebound. Avery McMullen checks into the game. Ali Lagaki checks out, so a little smaller lineup for the Lady Broncs as Burgess, McMullen, Pendergast are your guards. Wagner and Haniff are the forwards or posts. Inbound pass goes to Wagner, but it was knocked away, and then Burgess tried to retrieve it, but she left her foot on the baseline. So another turnover by the Lady Broncs. It's going to be 4 turnovers in the early going. Lady Camels have not forced Campbell County into 1 turnover yet. Pass goes to Diamond in the full court, now to Kubacher. Kubacher to Curtis. Curtis gets across half court. Gets up the right sideline and passes it off to Neary. Neary, a little jump pass over to Diamond. Diamond fires a 3, left side, bang. Micaiah Diamond, she's got her first 3 in the game. She's a good shooter, 39% from the three-point line, and it's 8-3. Pendergast with it in the half court, guarded by Diamond. Bounce pass to Wagner. Wagner, left wing, guarded by Curtis. Wagner uses her dribble, gets a screen from Haniff. Goes off to McMullen. McMullen, guarded by Kubacher. Left-hand dribble, looking for Burgess. Finds Burgess. Burgess penetrates into the paint. Fires up a shot. A lot of contact from Curtis, no call. Campbell comes away with the rebound. It's Neary. Neary across half court, picks up her dribble, guarded by McMullen. Now they find Kubacher at the elbow. That's the right side elbow. Now to Neary. Overhead pass. Goes to Riedesel. Now to Curtis. Back to Riedesel. Riedesel dives into the paint. And we've got a charging call as Cam Wagner stepped in and took the charge. Big defensive help side from Cam Wagner. We've seen a couple really good help side plays from the Lady Broncs here in the early going. Addie Burgess stepped in, tried to take a charge against Curtis. While she didn't get a charge call, she did change the shot of Cammie Curtis. And that time, Cam Wagner stepped in and took a charge. And it's the 3rd team foul against the Lady Camels here in the first period. 3-8, Lady Broncs trail. Inbound pass goes to Wagner. Back to Lagaki. Kubacher picks her up about the opposite free throw line. Lagaki crosses half court. Finds Pendergast open underneath. Pendergast goes up for the shot, and she's fouled I believe they're going to get Castellanos. Cami Curtis was in the area, too, and they hold up 33, so it is Castellanos, so that's a good call. Curtis was in the area, but Castellanos brought her right arm down on Pendergast's right arm. Pendergast just streaked into the lane. Lagaki found her from about 25 feet out. Pendergast went up, and that shot was contested. She obviously missed it and will shoot 2 free throws. Shot up for Pendergast. Off the glass, no good. Pendergast, a senior, averages 7 points a game. Not a great free throw shooter. She's a heck of a point guard, heck of a defender. But from the free throw line on the season, Pendergast just 59%. Second one up. That's hard. No good. Kubacher with the rebound. 3-8. Lady Bronx trail. Pass goes up to Diamond. Now to Patience Smith. Now to Curtis. Pass it over. Neary to Kubacher. Good ball movement. Kubacher fires a three, and Cam Wagner missed the rebound. Diamond pulled it down. Then Wagner swats the putback away. Camels run it down. Curtis with it into the paint. Fires up a shot. She's fouled by Pendergast. That sends Cami Curtis to the line. Oh, Lady Bronx had a really good opportunity to rebound and just didn't box out. Diamond, one of the smaller players on the floor, she stands 5'6", was able to get in there for Gillette and get the rebound. The putback was swatted away by Wagner. Curtis's first free throw's up, and it bounces all over the rim and falls out. So Curtis with 5 points in the ball game, 2 of 4 shooting. She has hit a 3. Curtis is senior. She's headed off to Black Hills State next year to play basketball. Curtis, second free throw up, and that's no good, or is good. She sinks it and has 6 in the game. 6 of Gillette's 9. Sheridan still stuck at 3. Slow start for this Sheridan offense. 9-3, Lady Bronx trail by 6. Burgess across half court, guarded by Neary, working right side. Gets it off to McMullen on a little handoff. Lady Campbell switch. McMullen into the paint. Oh, she threw it away. She was looking for Hanneft on a bounce pass in the paint, stolen by Campbell. And Neary runs the floor. Gets to Kubacher, to the corner. Smith, back out to Neary. Open 3, right wing. Missed it short. Long rebound goes to Patience Smith. Now to Neary. Thought about the 3 from the exact same spot. Instead, extra pass goes to Curtis. She fires a 3. That's no good. Campbell's another defensive board. Oh, it's Patience Smith. Lady Bronx have got to box out. Another possession for the Lady Camels. They came up empty 2 times from the 3-point line, but continue to possess the ball because of lack of rebounding. It goes to Neary. She'll fire a 3. Top of the key. In and out, and Wagner runs down the rebound this time. Finally ends the Camel possession. Wagner off to Lagaki. Lagaki crosses half court. Lagaki, left-hand dribble. Kubacher on her. Lagaki gets near the low block. Fires a skip pass over to Burgess. 3-point line. Burgess looking inside for Hannif. Can't get it to her. Goes to McMullen. Now swing it over to Lagaki. Left wing. Lagaki guarded by Kubacher. Lagaki dribbles right and lost the ball. Oh, Bakaya Diamond reached in and tapped the ball away. Kubacher comes up with it. It's a turnover on the Lady Bronx, and Neary lays it up and in on the other end. 11-3, Lady Bronx trail, and then they turn it over in the half court, or the full court rather. Oh, pass stolen. Now it's worked around the perimeter. Goes inside to Curtis. Now out to Neary. She fires a 3 over Burgess. That goes. 5 points for Kaylee Neary. 14 for the Lady Camels. They've opened up an 11-point lead. 3-14. Lagaki with it. Down to the low block. Curtis cuts her off. Pass it off McMullen. She tries a 3. McMullen hits it. Avery McMullen with a 3. And the Lady Bronx now have 6 with 14 seconds to go. Neary up the court to Kubacher. Passes long. Kubacher saves it to Hanneft. 8 seconds. Hanneft gets it off to Lagaki. 5 seconds. 4. Lagaki stops. Fires a 25-footer. Off the glass. Doesn't go. And that ends the quarter with the Lady Bronx down big. 6-14. Not the start the Lady Bronx were looking for. But we've got 3 quarters left to go here in this state championship. Lady Bronx trail 6-14. We'll take a break and come back with second quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronx basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Lady Bronx trail the Lady Camels 6-14. Lady Bronx had 7 turnovers. I said in the pregame, turnovers are going to be a big part of this game if you expect it to be close. Lady Bronx have 7. The Lady Camels have 2. So Lady Bronx are turning it over and not getting the turnovers they need. Sloppy first quarter from the Lady Bronx, but it is Lady Bronx basketball. Sid Warnke starts the second quarter on the floor for the Lady Bronx, along with Hannif, McMullen, Pendergast, Lagaki, and Pendergast receives the inbound pass. Gets it off to Lagaki. Lagaki starts the half-court offense with Curtis on her. Lagaki working right side. Gets Curtis on her hip. Stops along the baseline. A little skip pass thrown away. Oh, Patience Smith jumped the passing lane, and it's another turnover. 8 on the Lady Bronx. 7:35 to go here in the first half. 14-6. Neary with it, passes off to Curtis. Curtis back to the basket at the three-point line, hands off to Tullis. Tullis gets a couple screens, passes off to Neary. Neary guarded by Pendergast. Neary, little dump-off pass underneath to Curtis. Curtis fires the shot. She's fouled by Lagaki. It was a nice entry pass as Neary threw it over the outstretched hands of Hanift, who was guarding Curtis. Curtis was able to catch it, have a good look at the rim. Lagaki came over help side, fouled Curtis, sends her to the line. Curtis has 6 in the ball game. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Make it 2 of 3 as she hits that one. 7 points in total for the senior Curtis. Burgess checks into the game. Sid Warnke checks out. So now it's starters on the floor for the Lady Bronx. McMullen, Hanift, Lagaki, Burgess, and Pendergast. Curtis at the line for her second free throw. Shot up, and it's in and out and back in. Curtis with 8. Well, like I said, she killed the Bronx in the regional. Finished with like 27 points, 24 points. 6 threes. Lagaki with it, working against Curtis. Around the back dribble, top of the key. Lagaki tries to get a low block, can't, kicks it off to Pendergast. Pendergast works into the lane, fires up a shot. She's fouled. It's off the glass, and it goes! Addie Pendergast with 2, and she'll go to the line to shoot 1 free throw. And now it's 16-8. Lady Bronx down 8 with Pendergast at the line. Pendergast been to the line once before. She's 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Strong move by Pendergast. She dove into the lane, fired a shot up, was fouled. Shot up, and that goes for Pendergast. So Pendergast now with 3 in the game. There's 3 Lady Bronx with 3, and that gives you 9 points. Lady Bronx trail by 7. Pass goes to Kubacher right across half court. She's trapped. Looks for Diamond and throws high. Lagaki runs it down up the left side. Diamond gives chase. Lagaki low block, fires up a shot. Good. Lagaki with 2, and it's 11-16. Lady Bronx down 5. A little more fight from the Lady Bronx here in the second quarter. Kubacher with it. Off to Curtis. Pass it off. Left side, Diamond. Diamond a couple dribbles. She's trapped. Passes it to Curtis. Curtis, top of the key. Swing it over to Smith in the right corner. Smith looking inside. Doesn't have anybody. Hits Tolis, top of the key. Swing it over Diamond. Diamond drives baseline. Nice little pass off to Kubacher. She fires a 2-footer. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by the freshman Hanift. Haniff does a nice job on the boards already with 4 in the game. Lagaki passes off to McMullen. McMullen in the half court, and she stepped on the right sideline. Another turnover by the Lady Bronx. She went to make a move and put that right foot on the sideline. So the lead is still 5 for the Lady Camels. And it'll be Campbell County basketball. Coach Ryan Sullivan makes a late substitution. He brings in Kaylee Chase. She's a junior, wears number 45. Chase has returned this year from an ACL injury, wasn't allowed to play, wasn't cleared medically until January, and Kaylee Chase has gotten some minutes at the varsity level here this year as she recovers from that injury. Pass goes in the half court over to Castellanos. She fires a 3. No good. Box out by Hanift, and it was knocked out of bounds by Aridacel. So it's Sheridan basketball down 5 with 6:05 on the range scoreboard. Full court pressure being shown by the Lady Camels. It's Burgess inbounding. She gets it to Cam Wagner. They jump over Cam Wagner's back, and Coach Ryan Sullivan wants a foul call, and I think he's right on that one. Castellanos got a lot of Cam Wagner. She knocked the ball out of bounds. No foul call, but it does stay Lady Bronx basketball. And Burgess handles the point for the Lady Bronx. Neary guarding her. Neary tries to push her left. Burgess goes left, then reverses back to the right. Hands off to McMullen. McMullen working left. Neary switched. She's still on McMullen. McMullen fires up a shot off the glass. That doesn't go. Kaylee Chase tips it to Hanift. Hanift runs down the long rebound. She's got it. Guarded by Castellanos. Hanift, ball over her head. She kicks it out to Burgess, and the Lady Bronx reset. Down 5. We're in the second quarter. State championship game. Burgess with it. Gets a screen from Chase. Burgess left. Crossover dribble. Kick it off to McMullen. McMullen guarded by the taller Curtis. Pass it off to Wagner. Wagner gets a screen from McMullen. Wagner, she tried to bounce pass. It was knocked away. Wagner runs it back down, gets it to McMullen, and the Lady Bronx reset. They get it to Hanift. Hanift, top of the key, working against Curtis. Into the paint, kick it out Burgess. She fires a 3, top of the key. Bang, Addie Burgess! 16-14, Lady Bronx down 2. Camel basketball, Castellanos with it. Pass it off to Neary. Lady Bronx in man. Neary passes it out. Curtis. Curtis left open on the left side. She fired a 3. Way long. Didn't draw iron. Off the glass. Hanift with the rebound. Hands it off to Burgess. Burgess across half court. Burgess dribbling the basketball. Diamond on her. Now goes to McMullen. Now to Wagner. Wagner tries to get in the lane. Can't. Little bounce pass out to Burgess. 3-pointer from the corner. Air ball. Burgess got another look at one, airballed that one, and Camels with the rebound. Neary crosses half court, 3-point line. Guarded by McMullen. Neary, ball overhead, looking inside for Curtis. Doesn't have it. Throws a bad pass over Castellanos' hands and out of bounds. And there's a turnover by the Lady Camels. And Lady Broncs down 2, have a chance to even up this game on this possession. Couple substitutions for both squads as Patience Smith checks in. Curtis out. Lagaki and Pendergast into the game. So it's Burgess, McMullen, Lagaki, Pendergast, and Wagner on the floor. Burgess inbounding. She looks for Pendergast, passes it long to Pendergast in the full court. Pendergast with it. She's guarded by Tullis. Pendergast, cross half court. Calls out the play, works left, gets a step on Tullis, gets down the low block, double team, kicks it out McMullen, top of the key. She fires a 3 over Diamond. Bang! Avery McMullen! 6 for the junior, and the Lady Broncs have their second lead in the ball game. The first one since it was 3-0. Lady Broncs lead by 1. Tullis with it. Almost lost it. She's double teamed. She double dribbled. Oh, we got a timeout. She double dribbled, but we got a timeout over by head coach Brady Lugent. Good use of a timeout as Diamond was, Tullis was trapped over there on the right corner. She had just crossed half court, and it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 17-16. Lady Broncs lead by 1. Lady Broncs have created a couple more turnovers against the Camels here in the second quarter. Lady Camels now at 4 turnovers. Meanwhile, the Lady Broncs are at 9. So that sloppy first quarter may come back to haunt the Lady Broncs. I know they have a lead right now, just a 1-point lead, but, boy, you come out and you're down 3-14. Thankfully, they hit a 3. Avery McMullen hit a 3 to end the first quarter to put them down 8 instead of down 11. But it's one of those things when you look back on this game, if it goes the way of Campbell County, you'll wish they'd had a better start. Campbell basketball out of the timeout. Neary with it. Neary passes off right side Diamond. She's guarded by Burgess. Diamond, little spin move on the perimeter. Can't go anywhere. Picks up her dribble. Kicks it out Neary, top of the key. She's guarded by Pendergast. Neary looking inside. Now she's hounded by Pendergast. Off to Curtis. Curtis at the elbow. Guarded by Lagaki. Curtis drives. Double team comes. Pass out to Diamond. Now they try to get it back. Lagaki knocked it away. Pendergast with the basketball. Pendergast across half court to McMullen. McMullen working inside, gets to the low block, kicks it out to Pendergast off her feet. Oh, shoot, bad pass from McMullen as she threw it at Pendergast's feet. Ball on the floor, and we got a jump ball call. Possession arrow goes to the Lady Camels. McMullen was driving. Pendergast was cutting outside toward the 3-point line along the baseline, and McMullen threw it off of the feet of Addie Pendergast, and obviously she couldn't catch it with her feet, and ball got tied up. Curtis with it, passes off to Neary. Neary has not crossed half court yet. Now she does, and she's guarded by Pendergast. Pass goes to Kubacher, right wing. Kubacher guarded by McMullen. Now swing it to Diamond, sitting in the right corner. Back inside to Kubacher. She backs down on McMullen. Fires up a shot off the glass and good. Nice little move from Lauren Kubacher. She's a junior and has her first points in the ball game. Campbell has a lead once again. It's 17-18. Lady Broncs down 1. Pendergast calls out the play. She's got it. Working right. Goes left to Wagner. Wagner with it on the left wing. Passes off to Lagaki. Lagaki's guarded by Curtis. Lagaki gets a step on Curtis. Then Diamond cuts her off. Passes it out to Wagner. Wagner fires a 3 hard off the glass. Rebound Neary. Lady Camels in transition. They go to Curtis. Curtis to Neary. Neary top of the key. Neary tries to drive on Pendergast. She just ripped it away. Steal by Pendergast. 3-on-2. Pendergast kicks it out to Wagner. 2 dribbles. Back to Pendergast in the paint. Pendergast working against Diamond. Fires up a shot. She's fouled. Pendergast goes to the line. Diamond didn't like the call, but there was a lot of contact there. And Addie Pendergast goes back to the line. What a great play by Addie Pendergast. She was getting driven on and just reached in there and ripped it away from Kaylee Neary. Ripped it away, and that started the transition for the Lady Broncs. Pendergast back at the line. This is her 3rd trip to the free throw line today, and she hits that free throw. She stuck it against the backboard and the iron, and it falls in. Cam Wagner checks out. Good minutes from the sophomore, Cam. And Mesa Hanift back into the game. Lagaki, Pendergast, McMullen, Burgess, and Hanift on the floor. So the 3 senior starters, as well as the freshman and the junior. All starters. Pendergast missed that one. Curtis with the rebound. Passes it up the floor. That's Riedesel. Riedesel, ball on the floor. Pendergast stole it again. Good defense by Pendergast. Pendergast runs the floor. Does not have numbers. Picks up her dribble. Kicks it out Lagaki. Top of the 3 key. Top of the key 3. Bang! Allie Lagaki. She knocked it down. She has 5, and it's 21-18. That was from the NBA range. Top of the key, and Lagaki banked it in hard off the glass, but in a state championship game, we'll take it. Pass goes off to Kubacher. Kubacher penetrates in the lane, kicks it out to Castellanos. She has an open three. Left wing, off the back iron. Great box out, Addie Burgess. Wonderful box out. She gets the rebound, gets across half court. Off to McMullen. McMullen looking inside for Hanift. Can't get it to her. McMullen dribbles left now, guarded by Castellanos, hits Burgess. Burgess one dribble, back to McMullen, looking inside, kick it over to Lagaki, left wing. Lagaki gets a step on Smith, into the paint, little 10-footer. Good, Allie Lagaki. Little mid-range jump shot, and the Lady Broncs lead by 5. 23-18, a minute 25 to go here in the first half. Curtis with it, guarded in the full court by Lagaki and Hanift. Kubacher, bad pass, ball's on the floor. Who comes up with it? Pendergast does, gets it off to Lagaki, and the Lady Broncs, with a minute to go, have a 5-point lead and the ball. Pass goes into Hanift. She goes up and catches it. Double team comes. Hanift over to McMullen. She fires a three from the wing. Bang! Avery McMullen! 9 points for the junior. 26-18. Lady Broncs lead. To Curtis. Curtis gets a step on Pendergast. Low block. Fires it over to the corner. Patience Smith. She'll fire a three. Left wing. Hard off the glass. Hanift with the rebound. To Lagaki. 47 seconds. Lady Broncs up 8. What a turn of events this quarter has been. Holy cow. Lagaki with it in the half court, guarded by Curtis. Lagaki picks up her dribble. Somebody's got to come to the ball. Lagaki gets it to Burgess, and it's knocked out of bounds. Actually, no, they say Burgess touched it. Castellanos tipped it out of bounds. They said last touch by Burgess. And it's Gillette basketball. Another turnover from the Lady Broncs. So Lady Broncs with a 8-point lead right now. 30.2 seconds to go here in the first half. Camel basketball after the substitutions as Erin Newton checks into the game. She's a freshman, wears number 0. And Sid Warnke checks into the game. She's a sophomore. She checks in for Hanift. I think right now they're just protecting fouls. They don't want anybody to pick up their third foul as Hanift had 2. Goes over to the bench, and the Camels have it. They have a chance to take the last shot if they want to go that route. Neary passes it off to Curtis. Curtis tries to get it back to Neary. The ball's tipped away. Kubacher runs it down. Lagaki guarding Kubacher. Kubacher off to Neary. Neary on the perimeter. 16 seconds. Neary looking inside. Sid Warnke fouled Cammie Curtis. Good defense from Sid Warnke. Curtis had position. Nothing hurt. Sid Warnke comes in and fouls. That's actually a great play. I don't know if she was meaning to foul, but it's a great play. Curtis had that near the low block. Warnke just comes in, takes the foul, and now the Camels have to inbound. They get it to Castellanos. Castellanos swing it over Neary. Now inside to Curtis. Curtis, little dribble, drive, up and in. She lays it in with 6 seconds to go. It's 26-20. Pass goes to Lagaki. 2 seconds. 1. Lagaki sprinting up the floor, fires a shot, but it's after the buzzer, doesn't count anyway. And the Lady Broncs go to half, up 26-20 here in this state championship game. What a second quarter by the Lady Broncs. They score 20. They hold Campbell County to just 6. And the Lady Broncs are going to go to the locker room at halftime with a 6-point lead. We'll come back with your halftime show. You're listening to State Championship Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, I'm Aaron Lagaki. We are at halftime. Sheridan Lady Broncs lead 26-20. What a turnaround that second quarter was as the basket just opened wide open for the Lady Broncs. Lady Broncs are shooting over 50% from the three-point line, and that's one of the differences in the game right now. Lady Broncs are 6 of 11 from the three-point line. Meanwhile, Campbell County just 3 for 13. So Sheridan shooting over 50% from the three-point line. Meanwhile, the Camels are just at 23%. The other thing is the Lady Broncs were able to turn the Lady Camels over in that second quarter, and the turnovers have become much, much more even. Lady Broncs with 10 in the game. Campbell County with 8. It was 6-2 at the end of the first quarter on the turnover side. So Lady Broncs have brought that back. But, I mean, just some huge threes in that second quarter. Addie Burgess hit one. Avery McMullen hit 3. She has 9 in the game. She's the leading scorer for the Lady Broncs as the junior has stepped out of that three-point line and knocked them down. She's 3 of 3 from the three-point line. Addie Burgess has 2 total threes in the first half. She has 6 points. She's 2 of 4 from the three-point line. And then Allie Lagaki added a 3 as well. She has 7 total points. But the Lady Broncs with 6 threes in the game. They're shooting 50% overall, 54% from the three-point line. Lady Broncs, I mean, it's a state championship game. And I've never questioned the effort from the Lady Broncs or for that matter, the Broncs this season. I mean, the effort from these kids has been amazing. Even when things aren't going well, their effort is outstanding. And, you know, the Lady Broncs were down 3-14 late in the first quarter. They were down 11, not the way you want to start the state championship game. They got a huge three near the end of that first quarter from Avery McMullen, which put the score to 6-14. And then the Lady Broncs came out in that second quarter and just put the clamps on Campbell. I mean, Campbell had some open threes, don't get me wrong. They had some open threes, but they missed them, and the Lady Broncs are clearing the boards right now. They lead in the rebounding battle. They have 10 defensive rebounds, while the Lady Camels have 8. So Lady Broncs up big, or not up big, they're up 26-20, but man, they outscored Campbell 20-6 in that second quarter, and like I said, the hot shooting from the Lady Broncs has led the way. 54% from the three-point line, 50% from the floor. Meanwhile, Campbell's sitting over there at 23% from the three-point line and 33% from the floor. And what a game. It's been a while since the Lady Broncs have been in the state championship. They last appeared in the state championship game. That happened to be against Campbell County back in 2011. The Lady Broncs lost that one by 6. Lady Broncs actually won the state championship back in 2007, so it's been a minute since the Lady Broncs have won a state championship, and there's a full quarter to go here. They're up 26-20 against the longtime rival Campbell County Lady Camels, and we'll run down all the scoring for you as we listen to the Sheridan High School pep band play their song in the background. Again, Avery McMullen led the way with 9 points. Allie Lagaki was next with 7. Adeline Burgess with 6. Addie Pendergast with 4. And Mesa Hanift hasn't scored, and she's the second leading scorer in the state. She's the leading rebounder in the state, and Campbell County has come out, and they are going to double. This is what Cody did last night against Sheridan. Every time Mesa Hanift touched the ball, she was getting double-teamed. And to Hanift's credit, she tried to get a couple foul calls early, wasn't getting them, and was passing, and so now she's passing out of that double team, right? And we want Mesa to stay aggressive, obviously, down low. She's such a presence down there. But what happens is, if you're a team that's going to double team down in the post when they're trying to get the ball to Mesa Hanift, you're giving up something else. And what they're giving up right now is open looks to Adeline Burgess and Avery McMullen, and those two players are making the Lady Camels pay, or at least in the second quarter they did. And so we'll see. I mean, Mesa Hanift's not going to finish the game with 0 points. I can tell you that. I mean, she averages 18 points a game. We've seen it a few times this season where she starts out, we'll call it a little slow, have 6 or 7 points in the first half, and then she explodes for, 16, 17 in the second half. And Campbell County is either going to say, hey, we're going to die by trying to stop Hanift, the star freshman, and we're going to let those shooters shoot. But honestly, if it's me, I feel pretty good if you're on the Sheridan side and you're allowing Addie Burgess and Avery McMullen to shoot threes. Addie Burgess is 6th in the state in three-point field goal percentage. Avery McMullen is 8th in the state in three-point field goal percentage. So if you keep giving them open looks, eventually you're going to get burned. So we'll see. Is Campbell County going to adjust to that? I don't have any idea. And for the Sheridan side, their defensive pressure in this three-quarter court trapping pressure caused Gillette a little bit of issues. I mean, they didn't handle it as well, and then Sheridan was really flying around in the half court, and Gillette was not able to take care of the basketball, and that's why we saw such a giant swing there in the second quarter. Both teams are back out on the floor. They're warming up for the second half, so we will get a break and come back with second half action here from Casper, Wyoming in the 4A Girls State Championship game. Lady Broncs lead 26-20. You're listening to State Championship Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Lady Broncs lead 26-20. Halftime is almost over. We're getting set to start the third quarter. Lady Camels break the huddle first. It's Castellanos, Curtis, Diamond, Kubacher, and Neary on the floor. Lady Broncs break the huddle second. It's Burgess, McMullen, Pendergast, Hanift, and Lagaki. So the teams start the same way they started the game. Lady Broncs with a 6-point lead, and it'll be Lady Bronc basketball when we get going here. 16 minutes to crown a champion in 2024. And we're off. Pass goes to Pendergast. Pendergast sets the floor. She's guarded by Diamond. Pendergast crosses half court looking for Lagaki. Lagaki picks up a foul on Cammie Curtis as she reached in. Bad foul by Curtis. Curtis is a nice player. She's going to Black Hills State next year. Lagaki's going to MSU Billings. There's a chance they may meet at the Division II level. Both of those are Division II schools, and they're matched up against each other a good chunk. Have been this season. They may see each other again next year. McMullen inbounding. Gets it to Hannah. Low block. Fires a shot. Hard off the glass. Doesn't go. Pendergast, another rebound. Oh, she's so strong. What a great rebound by Pendergast. Gets it to Hannah. Hannah double-teamed immediately. Diamond reaches in. No call. Hannah goes to the paint. Lays it up and in. Mesa Hannah with 2, and it's 28-20. Lady Bronx score first here in the third quarter. Pass goes to Curtis. Now to Kubacher. Kubacher across half court. Gets it off to Curtis. Curtis picked up by McMullen. Curtis works it to the corner, picks up her dribble, kicks it out Kubacher right side. She's guarded by Burgess. Kubacher dribbles a couple times, can't go anywhere with it. Looking inside for Curtis. Got it to her, and Lagaki wrapped her up. Jump ball. Jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to the Lady Camels. McMullen just fought over the top of Curtis, was able to get that ball loose a little bit, and then Lagaki dove on it along with Curtis for a jump ball. Inbound pass goes to Curtis. Curtis guarded by Hannah. Curtis working to the low block. Cut off by Hannah. Pass it out to Diamond. Curtis resets there on the low block, but she can't get the ball. Pass goes to Castellanos. Now to Neary around the perimeter. Neary to Diamond. Diamond pump fakes from the corner. Pass it out Curtis, so 15-footer, good. Cammie Curtis had an open look from 15 feet, and she's too good of a shooter to leave that wide open. Full court pressure from the Lady Camels, but it's just straight up man-to-man, so the Lady Bronx clear out, and Pendergast brings it up the floor working against Diamond. Little bounce pass to Lagaki. Lagaki, top of the key, gets a screen. Lagaki into the paint, lost it. Oh, Diamond reached in and knocked it loose. Turnover by Lagaki. Pass goes to Neary. Neary, low block, fires up a fadeaway shot. Not a good shot in transition. And, Castellanos came away with the rebound. Kicks it out to an open Curtis. She fires the three and hit it. Cammie Curtis with 15 in the game. She leads the Lady Camels. She leads all scorers in the game with 15. And now it's 28-25, Lady Bronx lead. Big three from Curtis. She's a 41% three-point shooter and stands 6 feet tall. Lagaki with it. Looking inside to Hannah. Oh, good pass. She catches it. Dribbles. Left side. Fires up a shot. Good. Hannah with 4 now. She has all 4 Lady Bronx points this second half. Neary gets it across half court. Double teamed. Kicks it off to Castellanos. Castellanos can't handle it. Now kicks it inside as she runs it down. Gets it to Curtis. She fires the shots. Fouled by Hannah. That's Hannah's third foul. Hannah got going here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. As I mentioned, she didn't score in the first half. Has all 4 of the Lady Bronx, but just picked up her third foul. Nobody coming to the scorer's table. Coach Sullivan's going to leave her. Curtis is at the line. Puts it up and in. Cammie Curtis was 16 in the game. From the free throw line, she is 4 of 5 today. Next free throw on the way. Curtis puts it up, and it's short. Hannah pulls down another rebound. Good rebound from Hannah. She has 7 in the game. Pass goes to Pendergast. Pendergast brings it across half court, guarded by Diamond. Pendergast between the legs dribble. Works right. 2 hands. She puts 2 hands on Addie Pendergast, and that's almost always a hand check. She didn't push Pendergast very far at all. Didn't really change her direction, but the refs will let you get away with 1 hand. When 2 hands go on there, that whistle gets blown, and Diamond picks up the foul. Inbound pass goes to Lagaki. Looking inside for Hannah. It's knocked away by Riedesel, but she was out of bounds. Lagaki was looking inside for a cutting Hannah. Riedesel got a finger on it, knocked it toward the out-of-bounds line, and then caught it on the out-of-bounds line. That's the baseline. McMullen receives the ball from the official, slaps the ball, gets it to Lagaki, swing it over to Pendergast, now to Burgess, left side. Burgess is guarded by Neary. 1 dribble, now to Pendergast. Pendergast looking for Hannah. Hannah at the elbow. Couple dribbles, kick it out McMullen. She'll fire a 3, left wing, bang, Avery McMullen! 12 points for the junior, all on 3-pointers. Mesa Hannah runs down the ball, stole it in the full court. Burgess comes up with it after Hannah knocked it away. Gets it off to Lagaki. Lagaki, right side, working against Curtis. Spin move, in the paint, fires up a shot. She's hammered by Castellanos, and Lagaki goes to the line. Oh, Hannah looked like a defensive safety there. It was a long pass from the full court up to the half court, and Hannah just was a safety, ran it down, knocked it away, and then Sheridan was able to come up with a basketball and work in transition. They got it to Lagaki. She put a spin move on, goes to the free throw line, and hits that first one. Lagaki with 8 in the game. She's a senior, wears number 33, and Mesa Hannah with those 3 fouls still in the game. Coach Sullivan has not gone to his bench. Lady Bronx with a 6-point lead. It's 34 to 26. I'm sorry, 35 to 26 as Ligocki hits that one. She has 9 in the game, and it's a 9-point lead, and Campbell County wants a timeout. And it is a full timeout, so we'll take one with them. Lady Bronx lead in the third quarter with 5 minutes to go, 35 to 26. You're listening to State Championship Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, I'm Aaron Ligocki. Lady Bronx lead by 9. Third quarter of action in the state championship game. It's Burgess, McMullen, Pendergast, Wagner, and Ligocki on the floor for the Lady Bronx. They come out showing full court pressure. It's Campbell basketball. They get it to Curtis. Curtis, pass up the sideline to Riedesel. Riedesel runs it down, saves it, but to Avery McMullen, and now the Lady Bronx have it in the full court. Ligocki brings it across half court. Picked up by Curtis. Ligocki gets ahead of steam. Into the paint. Reached in. Ligocki traveled. There was a couple reach-ins. Ligocki got going too fast and traveled. So a turnover by the Lady Bronx. That's their 12th turnover in the game. Pass goes off to Kubacher. I'm sorry, that's the 13th turnover. Add one. Castellanos, pass it off to Riedesel. Riedesel now to Curtis. Curtis, a little jump pass off to Kubacher. She's across half court. Kubacher guarded by McMullen. Lady Bronx show man. Kubacher trying to penetrate. McMullen cuts her off. They get it to Castellanos. She fires a three over Ligocki and hit it. Castellanos gets her first points in the game, and it's 35-29. Lady Bronx up 6. Well, the Camels were cold in that second quarter from the three-point line, but they are a good three-point shooting team. They make 33% of their threes on the season. Ligocki with it in the half court to McMullen. Now to Burgess in the corner, and Cam Wagner was setting a pick, and I think it was Kubacher. It might have been Riedesel. No, it's Kubacher. They whistled Kubacher. She just ran over Cam Wagner. Cam Wagner was set on the low block, and Haniff checks in for Ligocki, so the senior will take a seat on the bench, and the freshman's back into the game. Haniff, even though she hasn't scored a lot, she has 4 points. She's done a great job on the boards. She has 7 rebounds already here in this game. McMullen inbounding. She's joined by Wagner, Burgess, Haniff, and Pendergast on the floor. McMullen with it, looking for Haniff. Gets it to her. Haniff, low block, working against Curtis. Fires a shot. There's a lot of contact. They don't call it again. And the rebound goes to Campbell County. Curtis across half court, top of the key. She'll just fire a three over McMullen off the front iron. No good. Offensive rebound, but then Pendergast just ripped it away. It was an offensive rebound for Campbell County, and Addie Pendergast grabbed the ball, and now she's fouled. Addie Pendergast, what a great play. She's a hard-nosed player. That rebound was going to Campbell County, and Pendergast just fought her way through it. She's such a strong player. She stands 5'7". She's not overly big or broad, but, man, she's strong. And you have to be strong to set the all-time state record in the 400, right? That's what she did. And due to that and some other accolades, she's going to Stanford University on a track scholarship. Next year, she'll be there this fall. Pendergast, shot up from the free throw line. Up and good. Addie Pendergast with 5 points in the game. She's now 3 of 6 from the free throw line in the game. And she has one more upcoming. Lady Bronx lead 36-29. Pendergast eyes this free throw. The senior puts it up, and it goes. Addie Pendergast with 6. And these are all unofficial stats. I mean, they keep them for us here at the event center. They only have Addie Pendergast down for 2 rebounds. Addie Pendergast has like 5 rebounds in this game, and she's a 5'7" point guard. She's just doing a great job on the boards. They've attributed a couple of those rebounds to somebody else for Sheridan, but Pendergast has been doing a great job on the boards. Neary crosses half court. Passes it off to Curtis. Ball's on the floor. Cam Wagner swiped it loose. Curtis recovers, gets it to Diamond, now to Neary. Neary to Curtis. She'll fire a three. Top of the key, off the front iron. Rebound, tied up, and who they get? I think they're going to get, they actually get Ligocki for a foul. They get Ligocki over the back. Her and Kubacher were battling for position. They were both on each other's hip, and they whistle Ligocki for the foul, just her first in the game, so it stays Campbell basketball. 37-29. Lady Bronx up 8. Neary inbounding. Off to Castellanos. Now Kubacher. Kubacher, top of the key, guarded by McMullen. She's trying to shake free, can't. She gets it off to Diamond, guarded by Ligocki. Diamond to Curtis, guarded by Haniff. Haniff has those 3 fouls. Curtis penetrates, kicks it out to Diamond. Diamond, a couple dribbles. Now to Kubacher. Kubacher, guarded by McMullen. Kubacher, a few dribbles. Now to Castellanos. She'll fire a three over Wagner. Off the back iron. That time it's a great box out by Ligocki, and Haniff comes down with a rebound. Ligocki definitely boxed out Kubacher that time, and Haniff came away with the open board. And it's Lady Bronx basketball up 8. 37-29. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go on your range scoreboard. We're in the third period. It's the state final. Lagaki hands off to McMullen. McMullen, little step back pass, goes to Wagner. Knifes into the paint, looking for Haniff. Gets it to her, low block. Haniff fires a shot, up and good. Mesa Haniff with 6. 39-29. Lady Bronx lead by 10. Neary with it in the half court, guarded by McMullen. Neary kicks it off to Diamond. Diamond, right wing. Now up top, Curtis, guarded by Haniff. Again, Haniff has those 3 fouls. This makes me a little nervous having her guard Curtis out on the perimeter. Pass goes to Castellanos. They're looking inside, don't have it. Now they go to Curtis. They ran an elevator screen for Curtis. 2 people screening Haniff, so to free up Curtis for a 3. Haniff got through it, ran her off the line. Now it goes to Neary. Neary goes to Castellanos. Now it's Curtis, open 3, right wing, bang. Cammie Curtis with 19 in the game. The Lady Bronx had rotated all around on the defensive end, and they left the primary person you don't want to leave open on the perimeter open. And now it's 39-32, and there's a timeout on the floor. I didn't actually see which team called it, but a timeout on the floor. I think it was Campbell County. And I'm looking at the timeout count right now, and yes, indeed, it was Campbell County. Campbell County calls a 30-second timeout. It's 39-32. Lady Bronx lead by 7, and obviously Campbell County wants to set their defense after that 3. 7-point ball game, third quarter, 2:17 to go here in the third. Lagaki, Haniff, Burgess, Pendergast on the floor, along with a sophomore, Sid Warnke. Warnke's had just a couple minutes here in this game, but they get Cam Wagner a rest, along with Avery McMullen. Avery McMullen has been D'ing up Kubacher all game long, and is certainly deserving of a little bit of an extended rest out of that timeout. Pass goes to Lagaki, and Lagaki runs the point for the Lady Bronx. She's guarded by Kubacher. Lagaki works left, back up dribble. Now she works right. Lagaki gets Kubacher on her hip, hands off to Pendergast, and Pendergast calls out a set play. Haniff comes up high. Pendergast looks to Haniff, passes off to Lagaki, and Kubacher reached over Lagaki. That's the second time a Lady Camel. Lagaki does a nice job with position out there near the elbow. Sticks her rear end way out there, and she's got long arms. It's hard to try to deflect that pass. It's not a good foul by the Lady Camels. They should just let her receive it and then play straight-up man defense. That sends Lagaki to the line as they're in bonus, and Lagaki hits that free throw. She has 10 in the ball game. That's her season average. Lagaki's going to MSU Billings. They're actually playing in their conference championship as we speak up there in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. Lagaki's shot up, and it goes. Lagaki with 11, and it's 41-32. Lady Bronx lead by 9. Full court pressure from the Lady Bronx to Curtis, and it's stolen away by Lagaki. It's on the floor. Lagaki with it, gets toward the paint, spin move, into the lane, left-hand layup, up and in. Lagaki, and it's 13 points, and it's an 11-point lead for the Lady Bronx. Neary with it, pass off to Kubacher. Kubacher, top of the key, dives into the paint. Addie Pendergast ripped it away. Another rip away by Addie Pendergast. Pendergast across half court, working against Curtis. Layup up, no good. She's hammered and goes to the line to shoot again. 2 big plays by 2 big seniors for the Lady Bronx. The first one, Campbell County was trying to break pressure. They threw about a 22-foot pass over half court. Lagaki intercepted it like a safety and then just ran down the floor. Right-hand dribble, then spin move at the free throw line, laid it up and in. Then Pendergast just ripped the ball away from Kubacher, and the first free throw's good. She has 7 in the game, 5 of which have come from the free throw line. And we've got another timeout on the floor with a 44-32 lead. It's a full timeout, so we'll take one with them. Lady Bronx lead by 12 in the third period, 1:31 to go. It's the state championship game. You're listening to Lady Bronx basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center out of that timeout. It's 44-32. Sheridan leads by 12. We got a minute and a half to go here in the third period. Addie Pendergast is at the line shooting her second free throw. That timeout was called after Pendergast hit the first free throw. Shot is up, and it does not go. And they're giving Addie Pendergast an extra free throw. She made a free throw. Did they call the timeout? They actually, you know what? I didn't realize it. They didn't give Addie Pendergast the first free throw. The timeout came right before she shot it. So Pendergast goes 1 of 2 on that trip. Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry. And it's 45-32. Campbell County had called the timeout just as Addie Pendergast was releasing the ball. So the first free throw didn't count. Okay. 45-32, Campbell basketball in the half court. It's Curtis working against Lagaki. Curtis, spin move, low block. Lagaki goes straight up. Curtis can't do anything with it. Passes out to Neary. Neary gets run off the three-point line by McMullen. Oh, good D by McMullen. Neary fires a wild shot. Got it to go. Wow, Kaylee Neary, tough shot. She has 7 in the game. Working against McMullen, fired it up off the glass, got it to go. Tough shot from the junior Neary. She's a nice player. Pass goes to Lagaki. Lagaki working against Curtis. Jump stop in the lane. Pass off to Pendergast. Kick it out Wagner. Open 3. Right side. Bang! Cam Wagner! Huge 3 from Cam Wagner. It's 48-34. Lady Broncs up 14. Campbell with it in the half court. They get it to Curtis. She's guarded by Pendergast. 48-34. 35 seconds to go. Curtis drives left, picks up her dribble, kicks it off to Castellanos. Castellanos drives into the paint. Kick it out Curtis. She's at the three-point line. Pendergast still on her. Curtis gets a screen. Pendergast fights over it. They get it to Neary. She's guarded by Lagaki. Neary, right-hand dribble into the paint. Stopped by Lagaki. Kick it out Curtis. They want Curtis to take that 3. She can't. Gets it off to nobody. She fires a shot or a pass over to Diamond now. Diamond fires a shot up, and we've got a blocking call. I think that's going to go against Cam Wagner. She took a big charge in the first half. This time slid her right foot too much. You've got to be completely set when you take a charge, and that foul sends Diamond to the line. Like the effort from the sophomore Wagner, though. She just hit that big 3. She slides over help side on the drive from Diamond as Diamond hits her first free throw. She has 4 points in the game, and Wagner makes her earn it from the free throw line. Wagner and Warnke check out, and now it's starters on the floor for the Lady Broncs. McMullen, Burgess, Hanift, Lagaki, and Pendergast. Diamond, second free throw on its way. Good. Diamond with 5, and it's 48-36. Lady Broncs lead by 12. Ball goes to Hanift. Full court pressure. Hanift brings it up left side, picks up her dribble, finds Burgess. Burgess dribbles right. 1 second shot, and Sheridan doesn't get a shot off. Well, 1 second left. Lady Broncs were down. They just couldn't get anything going. That's why Campbell County ran a little bit different pressure that time, and Lady Broncs take a 12-point lead into the final quarter. Lady Broncs lead 48-36 here at the state championship of 4A girls. We'll take a break, come back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to 106.9 FM and 1410 KWIO. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, I'm Aaron Lagaki. 1 quarter to go here in this state final. State championship game for the 4A girls. It's all starters on the floor for each team. Burgess, McMullen, Pendergast, Hanift, Lagaki. Full court pressure will be applied by the Lady Camels. Lady Broncs start with the basketball. It's Burgess inbounding. She gets it to Lagaki, and she's guarded by Curtis. Lagaki runs the point. Lagaki around the back dribble. She's picked up by Toulis. Lagaki. Toulis, 2 hands on her, no call. Lagaki looking for somebody. Ball is on the floor. Pendergast runs it down, and then Pendergast threw it away, and now it's last touched by Pendergast off the sideline. Turnover by the Lady Broncs. And I lied. Toulis was not a starter. It's Kubacher, Diamond, Curtis, Castellanos, and Toulis for the Lady Camels. Kubacher with it. Kubacher dribbles right, working against Pendergast. Picks up her dribble as she crosses half court. Pass goes to Curtis. Curtis working against Hanift out on the perimeter. Curtis working left. Passes off to Castellanos. Castellanos inside to Kubacher. Oh, somebody let Kubacher free, and Kubacher lays it up and in. It's 48-38. Lady Broncs up 10. 7:20 to go here in the fourth period. Pendergast with it. She's guarded by Toulis. Pendergast round the back dribble. Crosses half court. Toulis. 2 hands on Pendergast, and Toulis, that's the second time she's put 2 hands on her. Yeah, I mentioned it actually when Lagaki was driving because they've shown they're going to call that call, as they should. That is a thing. Doesn't matter if you make a lot of contact, but if you put 2 hands on the ball handler while they're dribbling the basketball, it's always a foul. Pass goes to Pendergast. Pendergast, top of the key. Guarded by Toulis. Pendergast looking for Lagaki. Little bounce pass to Lagaki. She goes and catches it. Gets a screen from Hanift. Lagaki looking inside for Hanift. Hanift catches it. 1 dribble. Shot up. No good. Offensive rebound. Then she goes up and she's fouled by Castellanos. Hanift goes to the line to shoot 2. Hanift so strong underneath there. So strong in the lane. And it's 48-38. Hanift at the line to shoot 2. Hanift with just 6 points here in the ball game. 9 total rebounds is what the Ford Wyoming center staff has her for. And I don't doubt it. She has every bit of 9 rebounds. Hannah's first free throw is up and good. She has 7 in the game. She's played so well on the glass and has not been overly aggressive forcing turnovers. She's been able to kick it out when she gets double teamed. Shot goes up. Hanift hits it. And Timeout this time by head coach Ryan Sullivan as he wants to set his team's defense, and it's a full timeout, so we'll take one with him with the score 50-38. Lady Broncs lead by 12. It's the fourth quarter. We have 7 minutes to go. You're listening to State Championship Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, it's the fourth quarter of the state championship game. Lady Broncs have a 12-point lead. Out of the timeout, it's Campbell County basketball. Curtis inbounding. She gets it to Neary. Neary guarded by Pendergast. Full court pressure being applied. Neary back up dribble. Now she tries to work left. Pendergast runs alongside her. Neary crosses half court, puts a hand on her chin, and they call out a set play. Pendergast providing pressure. Neary, right-hand dribble. Tries to get past Pendergast. Can't. She's cut off. Passes out to Curtis. Curtis out to Neary. Neary tries to get in the paint. Fires a shot, and we got a foul. I think they're going to get Hanift on the reach-in. That's a huge foul if they get Hanift. They don't. They actually get Addie Pendergast. They both reached in, both Pendergast and Hanift, and they got Addie Pendergast, and actually a fortunate call. They could have called it on either one, but that would have been Hanift's fourth. Instead, the foul goes against Pendergast, just her second, and Kaylee Neary's at the line. She hits the first free throw. She has 8 in the game. Pendergast out. Cam Wagner back in. Lagaki, Wagner, Hanift, Burgess, and McMullen on the floor for the Lady Broncs. 50-39. Second free throw upcoming for Neary. That's off the front iron, but it rolls in. 50-40. Full court pressure from the Lady Camels. Burgess inbounding. She gets it to Lagaki. Lagaki will operate with her left hand, guarded by Curtis. Lagaki has the 6-footer out in open space. Lagaki moves along the sideline, working left, gets to the low block, cut off by Curtis. Lagaki skips it over to Burgess. She's at the three-point line. One dribble, looking inside, passes to McMullen, top of the key instead. McMullen looking inside, guarded by Neary, hands off to Burgess. Neary guards Burgess as the Camels switch. A lot of contact. Sheridan wanted a foul. Burgess passes off to Lagaki. Lagaki, spin move, in the paint, working against Curtis. Double team comes, kick it out McMullen. She'll fire a three. Bang! Avery McMullen! Avery McMullen hit her fifth three of the ball game. She has 15 points, and it's 53-40. Lady Broncs up 13. Neary with it to Kubacher. Kubacher at the elbow to Neary. Cuts into the paint. Fires up a shot off the glass. That goes. Kaylee Neary with 11. 53-42. Lady Broncs lead is 11. Pass goes to McMullen. Now to Burgess. Now to Lagaki up the right side. Lagaki crosses half court. Curtis picks her up. Lagaki shows flex. Lady Broncs are going to run a set play. Lagaki with it. Lagaki lost it. Tullis came from behind and stole it. Lagaki was looking for Burgess. Tullis knocked it away. And now it's Camel basketball. Neary fires a three from beyond the NBA range. Bad shot. Lagaki pulls down the board. Lagaki hounded by Tullis. Tullis reaching in. Lagaki maintaining possession. Lagaki working. And we get Tullis. Actually, we get a foul on Tullis. She just rode Lagaki's hip up and down. Pendergast checks into the game. Lagaki checks out. That foul goes against Tullis. Tullis is subbed out of the game for Gillette. And it's 53-42. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go. McMullen inbounding. Pass goes to Pendergast. Pendergast starts the offense, guarded by Diamond. She gets a screen from Hanift. Works against Curtis on the switch. Kicks it out Burgess. Oh, pump fake the three. Runs off the line. Kicks it to McMullen. Another three, long. Hanift with the rebound. Fires a shot. She's fouled. Offensive board for Mesa Hanift. Boy, Avery McMullen has been so good from the three-point line. 5 of 5 before that three-point attempt. Just misses it long. Hanift attacks the board, grabs the offensive rebound, dives to the hoop and gets fouled. And now Hanift is at the line. Shot up and good. The freshman at the line. 9 total points in the game. 10 rebounds. These are unofficial. It's what the Ford Wyoming Center has, but Hanift working on a double-double. She eyes her second free throw. It goes up. In and out, no good. And Kubacher runs down the rebound for Gillette. 54-42. Lady Broncs up 12. Neary with it, guarded by McMullen. Neary tries to penetrate. McMullen cuts her off. Kick it off Kubacher, guarded by Pendergast. Kubacher into the paint. Kick it out Castellanos. She's run off the three-point line. It goes to Riedesel. Riedesel to Neary. Neary gets a step. Kicks it out to Curtis. Fires a three. In and out. Oh, Curtis almost knocked it down. Cam Wagner, big board. Wagner uses her dribble. Gets it off to Pendergast. Neary falls to the floor. Pendergast pushes it. It's 5 on 4. Pass goes to Wagner. Wagner slows it up. Good decision. Up 12. Wagner with it. Gets it off to Burgess. 4.5 minutes to go. Burgess guarded by Castellanos. Castellanos knocked it out of her hands. It's on the floor. Burgess dives on the floor. Gets it off to Pendergast. Pendergast gets it to the corner. Fires it to Wagner. Three-pointer. Bang! Cam Wagner! 57-42. Lady Broncs up 15. 4:08 to go on the range scoreboard. Kubacher with it in the half court. Guarded by McMullen. Now to Neary. Over to Curtis. Curtis tries to drive. Haniff cuts her off. She fires up a fadeaway shot off the glass. Tough shot, Cammie Curtis. She got it to go. She has 21 in the game. Burgess off to to Wagner. Now to Burgess. And Gillette falls back in like a three-quarter pressure. Now they fall back into half-court pressure. It is man-to-man, 57-44. 3:41 to go. Burgess around her back. Gets it to Haniff. Haniff at the elbow. Working against Curtis. Haniff, a little spin move. Gets to the low block. Steps through, and they call a walk. Haniff walked. Got her feet a little happy. And it's a turnover by the Lady Broncs. 13-point lead. Cam Wagner, 2 huge threes, checks out of the ball game. Ali Lagaki checks in, and it's starters for the Lady Broncs. Looks like full court man coming for the Lady Broncs. Curtis is inbounding. She passes off to Kubacher. McMullen gives chase. Kubacher throws it away. Pendergast with a steal. Pendergast kicks it over. And then Pendergast threw it away. She thought Pendergast, actually, Coach Sullivan's saying it was touched. He's over talking to a ref, trying to get the call reversed. I don't think it was. I think a little gamesmanship from head coach Ryan Sullivan. But Pendergast stole the ball and thought McMullen was cutting, and she just threw it too far and out of bounds. So turnover by the Lady Broncs and a timeout on the floor. Head coach Ryan Sullivan wants to settle his girls down. He's saying, hey, we have 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go. We're up 13 points. Keep the same defensive pressure. Apply pressure. But if we get a steal, we just need to be strong with the basketball. Right now, Campbell's the one that has to score. And if you're sitting at home and you're starting to celebrate, don't. This Campbell County team can get hot from the three-point line any second. And 13 points with that three-pointer is not that much. 3.5 minutes is an eternity. It's a state final game, state championship game. Lady Broncs trying to hold off the Campbell County Lady Camels here at the Ford Wyoming Center. Out of the timeout, it's the starters on the floor, Haniff, McMullen, Pendergast, Lagaki, and Burgess. Neary receives the inbound pass, crosses half court. She's picked up by McMullen. Neary looking for Curtis. It's a set play. Curtis guarded by Haniff. Curtis squares up, drives into the paint, fires a shot, shoots it. She's fouled. Shot goes down. We got an and one, and Haniff just picked up her 4th foul. And more important than anything, if Haniff has to come out of the game, Sheridan loses their rebounding edge. I mean, they have good rebounders, don't get me wrong, but Haniff is just, she's so good at rebounding. You're not first in the state. And Sullivan leaves her in with those 4 fouls. He didn't like the call. He's over there talking to the official. But Cammie Curtis has 23 points. Free throw on her way. It's good. She has 24 points, and it's 57-46. Lady Broncs had a 15-point lead. 57-47, my bad. 57-47. Lagaki guarded by Curtis. Lagaki crosses half court, left-hand dribble. Guarded by Curtis. Lagaki gets it off to Pendergast. Pendergast guarded by Diamond in the half court. Pendergast, left-hand dribble, 1 dribble. Gets it off to Burgess. Burgess with it. 2:50 to go. Lady Broncs up 10, 57-47. McMullen looking for a cutting Lagaki. Hits her. Lagaki gets into the floor, fires a shot, and we got a blocking foul on Diamond. Diamond just flopped to the floor. She's on the floor a lot. And there wasn't much contact, and Diamond just went to the floor trying to draw that charge against Ali Lagaki, and Diamond just fouled out of the game. Well, Diamond trying to jar that charge. She's a senior. Tears immediately flow. She heads over to the bench. She's a nice player, good three-point shooter. But Lagaki's at the line after the foul, and she hit it. Lagaki with 14 in the ball game, and now it's 58-47. Lady Broncs up 11 with 2:45 to go here in the 4th quarter. State final. Lady Broncs trying to hold on to victory. Shot goes up, and it's short. Avery McMullen battles for the rebound. They fall to the floor, and it's a jump ball. Avery McMullen snuck in on the rebound, tied it up with Kubacher, and it's a jump ball. Campbell County gets the possession arrow, but that's a big play because the next jump ball will go the way of Sheridan. 58-47, and for all intents and purposes, Kubacher should have had that rebound. McMullen just knifed in there and scrapped her way to get a piece of it. Kubacher with it, guarded by Burgess in the half court. Kubacher working baseline, tries to get a step on Burgess. Burgess cuts her off. They kick it out Curtis. Curtis, three-point line, working against Haniff with those 4 fouls. Curtis backs her up, goes to Neary now. Neary off to Castellanos. She'll fire a deep 3 over Pendergast. Off the front iron. Rebound knocked out of bounds. No, Lagaki runs it down. Lagaki comes up with it for the Lady Broncs. Gets it off to Pendergast. 2:16 to go. Lady Broncs up 11. Pendergast blows by Castellanos, kicks it off Ligocki. Ligocki dives into the paint, left-hand side, kicks it off to Pendergast, and the Lady Broncs reset the offense. Pendergast working against Castellanos, kicks it out to Addie Burgess. Lady Broncs go 4 corners, and Burgess with the ball, and she's fouled by Neary. That sends the best free throw shooter on the team to the free throw line. Not just the best free throw shooter on the team, the second best free throw shooter in the state. Addie Burgess had 2 threes early. They were king on Mesa Haniff. Addie Burgess had 6 points, 2 threes, and Gillette said, we can't let Burgess hurt us. It changed the game. And even though Burgess hasn't scored until right now, where she hits that free throw, her presence on the floor changes the game. You have to account for, and it freed up Mesa Haniff to get some additional points. Second free throw on its way. Burgess missed it. 59-47. Lady Broncs up 12. Minute 57 to go. Neary with it in the half court, guarded by McMullen. Neary looking for Curtis. Picks up her dribble. Little bounce pass off to Curtis. Working against Ligocki. Curtis, spin move. Kick it out. Neary. Open 3. She hit it. Kaylee Neary. Kaylee Neary with 14 in the game. The ball went down to Curtis. Ligocki was guarding Curtis. Avery McMullen went down to try to swipe that ball away. There's a timeout on the floor, by the way. And Curtis saw McMullen coming, got rid of it out to Neary, who had an open 3 from the right wing. And it's a 9-point ball game, 59-50. Minute 43 to go here in the fourth quarter. State final. Well, Campbell County has no quit in them. They are a high-effort, high-motor team, and they can shoot the lights out at times. So even though it's a 9-point lead, the Lady Broncs are going to have to hit free throws. That's what it comes down to. They're going to have to take care of the basketball, and they're going to have to hit free throws if they want to hoist that first-place trophy when the clock hits zeros here from the Ford Wyoming Center. Addie Burgess inbounding out of the timeout. Ligocki and Pendergast in the forecourt. Pass goes to Pendergast. Bounce pass back to Burgess. They'll let Burgess handle it against a double team. Bounce pass to Pendergast. Pendergast. Ball over her head. They've got to move. They've got to get it across half court. They do to McMullen. McMullen kick it out to Burgess, and the Lady Broncs stall it out. They run it out to half court. It's Burgess with it. She's fouled by Curtis. Burgess goes back to the line. Burgess just went 1 for 2 on her last trip. The 5'4" senior played a lot as a freshman on varsity. Played as a sophomore. Played as a junior. 4 years of varsity experience for Addie Burgess, and she's at the free throw line with a chance to ice it, and she missed it. Ooh. She missed it. The ball bounced off the back iron, then off the front iron, and just spun out. So it stays a 9-point lead. A lot of pressure for an 18-year-old kid sitting at the free throw line. Burgess receives the ball. 2 right-hand dribbles. Spins it in her left hand. Puts up the right-hand shot, and it goes. Addie Burgess hit it. She has 8, and it's a 10-point lead. 60-50. A minute and a half to go. Kubacher quickly across half court. Burgess comes over to pick her up at the three-point line. Kubacher keeps her dribble. Works right. Lady Broncs switch all over. Pass goes to Curtis, guarded by McMullen. Curtis gets it off to Riedesel. Riedesel picks up her dribble, finds Neary. Minute 13 to go. Neary wanted the 3, couldn't shoot it. Gets it off to Castellanos. She fires a deep, deep 3. Haniff with the board. Haniff has it. 2 dribbles. Gets it, passes to Burgess, but Haniff was fouled by Neary. And Mesa Haniff's going to the line to shoot free throws. Another rebound from Mesa Haniff. They have her for 11 in the game. She's at the line with 9 points. She's gone 3 of 4 from the free throw line in this game. Freshman at the line. 10-point lead. No good. The Lady Broncs didn't shoot free throws well in the fourth quarter yesterday against Cody, and it didn't come back to haunt them. They won by 5 in that state semifinal to advance here. They've missed a few free throws down the stretch, but Haniff hits that one, and she has a double-double. 10 points, 11 rebounds. Curtis with it, down 11, across half court, under a minute to go. Curtis off to Neary. Neary guarded by Ligocki. Neary backs it up. She can't shoot over the long arms. Passes it off to Castellanos. Castellanos on the wing. Ball's knocked away by Pendergast. Now they get it to Curtis. Curtis in the paint, fires up a shot off the glass, and it goes. It's just a 2-pointer, but Curtis gets it to go and has 26. Burgess inbounding, gets it to Pendergast. 41 seconds. Pendergast fouled by Neary. And the senior Addie Pendergast goes to the line with a 9-point lead, shooting 2. Remember, no more 1-and-1. There hasn't been all season long. No 1-and-1. You get to 5 team fouls in any quarter, and you give up 2 free throws. That's what's happening right now. Pendergast at the line. 40.6 seconds to go in the game. Pendergast's first free throw on its way. It goes. Addie Pendergast has been such a defensive beast this game, and on the glass, she has 8 points after hitting the first free throw. What a game by the senior. Shot up, and she shorts it. Long rebound goes to Castellanos. She kicks it off to Curtis. It's a 10-point game. Now to Neary. Neary up the right side. They got to go quick. Campbell with it. She's guarded by McMullen. McMullen won't let her shoot. Pass goes to Riedesel. Now to Neary. Neary fires a long three. In and out. Rebound, Castellanos. She's fouled. I think they're going to get Burgess on the backside. I think they're going to get Burgess. Pendergast was in the area. They do get Burgess, and that sends Castellanos to the line with 27.7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lady Bronx up 10, 62-52. Lady Bronx were down 11 in the first quarter. Down 11 in this game. First free throw goes in for Castellanos. She has 4 points in the game. It's 62-53, Lady Bronx lead. Second free throw for Castellanos. Up, no good. McMullen with the rebound. The junior, strong with the basketball. One dribble, kick it up to Burgess. McMullen's hammered. She got hit in the face, and McMullen goes to the line. And again, that's a great person if you're a Lady Bronx fan. And if you're listening to this broadcast, you most likely are. Avery McMullen, fourth in the state in free throw percentage. Not fourth in the conference, fourth in the state. She shoots 80% from the free throw line. And the junior, who's been just an incredible player this game, puts the first one up and in. I mean, 5 threes. She had 3 threes in the first half, had 2 big ones in the second half, and she has 16 points in the game. Second free throw on its way. Lady Bronx up 11, 22.5 seconds to go. The inbound pass goes to Neary. Neary up to Castellanos. Castellanos. Couple dribbles, ball's knocked away. Ligocki comes up with it. Ligocki has it. Ligocki, she can dribble this thing out. She crosses half court. 10 seconds, 9, and now she's fouled by Castellanos, and the Sheridan fans erupt. That's going to do it. There's 8 seconds on the clock. Ligocki's going to shoot free throws, but the Lady Bronx, the Sheridan Lady Bronx, will be state champions once again. Everyone from Sheridan who made the trip down is on their feet to watch these free throws with 8 seconds left. It's an 11-point lead. Ligocki misses it, but it doesn't matter. 8 seconds, 11 points. Kaylee Chase checks in. The senior, Addie Pendergast, is going to check out of the game. Cam Wagner checks in. Addie Burgess, the senior, checks out of the game. Second free throw, up, good. 15 points for Ligocki, and that ends her night. Sid Warnke checks in for Ligocki, and the 3 seniors end their season with a state championship. The only thing left in question was what's the final score. Castellanos fires a 3 at the buzzer. She hit it. Lady Bronx win the state championship, 65-56. They celebrated half court. Hugs all around. Oh, what a game. Lady Bronx played unbelievably poorly in that first quarter from an offensive standpoint. Lady Bronx go through the handshake line. They show class. They handshake the effort applied by this Campbell County team. And Campbell County walks off dejected, as you'd expect. Lady Bronx embrace at half court. Well, I'm a proud dad. What a game. Avery McMullen with 17 points. 5 huge threes in that game. Ali Ligocki finishes with 15. Handled the ball extremely strong down the stretch. Addie Pendergast finishes with 8. Senior was a monster on the boards. Great defense. Handled the pressure from Gillette all game. Adeline Burgess, the senior, 8 points. Handled the point sum for the Lady Bronx this game. Couple big threes to get the Lady Bronx going early. Mesa Haniff, the star freshman, finishes with 10 and 11 rebounds. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Just what an effort Mesa Haniff showed. And 2 huge threes from the sophomore Cam Wagner. as she finishes with 6 points, and your Lady Broncs are champions once again as they win 65-56. We'll take a break and come back with your postgame. You're listening to Lady Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM. Live from the Ford Wyoming Center, your Sheridan Lady Broncs are state champions. They lost to Campbell County 3 times this season, all in maybe not heartbreaking fashion, but in super close fashion. Any one of those games could have gone the way of the Lady Broncs. They lost all 3 times, and they come out tonight in the state championship, and they officially win by 9 points. They gave up a late 3 that didn't matter. They win 65-56, and the Lady Broncs are receiving their medals and the trophy right now up on the stand, and what a game by the Lady Broncs as they get to hoist that first place trophy and pose for pictures with all the parents down there and the coaching staff. And speaking of the coaching staff, just what an amazing job head coach Ryan Sullivan and assistant coach Kyle Warnke have done building this program, as they have turned a program around that was down in the doldrums for a little while. You know, the Lady Bronc program has been a proud program, and they made these girls work, and it paid off 4 years in. And head coach Ryan Sullivan comes over, and great job, Coach. Great job. We don't have a headset for you, but we've got a mic. And holy cow, Coach. Well, I think maybe the easy question, how's it feel?
Oh, my God. It's so good. I mean, they've shot the lights out on us so many times. It's just so good to see the ball go through the net, Aaron. We started out down, and the kids started the same way yesterday and showed a lot of resolve, and just so proud of them. Our seniors walked into something that we weren't an established program yet, and we coming off of a 2-win season, win 9 games their first year, 12 games their second year, 15 games their third year. We come in, we go 21-6, win a state championship. They just deserve it. Allie and Adeline have been here from the jump, and Penn was phenomenal this year for us. I'm going to miss them a ton, but it's just so proud of them. Yeah, I'm so happy for them.
Coach, sometimes in a game like this, you just need to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
You guys shot 62% from the three-point line, and Avery McMullen stepped up and had 5 threes in the game. I mean, what a huge – and it wasn't just Avery McMullen.
No.
Cam hit 2. Allie hit 1. Addie Burgess got you going early.
Yep.
I mean, but 62%, hard to beat.
Yeah, I mean, we won't lose a lot of games if we shoot that way, but I wouldn't be shocked if Campbell came out and shot 75. So, it just is – they've worked so hard, Aaron, and for Avery's a kid that spent a lot of time in the gym this year. And because of that, she's seeing a lot of she made a ton of progress this year. Didn't really know what we get out of her. We knew she'd be able to guard for us, but defensively, she's always been there for us. Just an offensive threat now, too. A true 3-and-D player for us, and had a great tournament for us, honestly.
And Coach, I hate to go down and highlight all the individuals, but, I mean, Mesa Haniff was shut out in the first half, and they were doubling her every time, much like what Cody did yesterday. The maturity from a freshman to not turn it over very much, and to be willing to give the ball up and create shots for Avery McMullen, create drives for Ali Lagaki. I mean, what maturity from Mesa Haniff, who's been the leading scorer all year, and she winds up being like the 4th leading scorer in this game. Yeah,
and Mesa's if she's so good because she demands a lot of attention, right? Like, people haven't been doubling her for most of the season, been leaving her alone, and Addie and Avery, we got a lot of people that can shoot, so to demand doubles, and we kind of talked about that at halftime, was make sure that we knew that if we're getting doubled in the post, to make reads and not to guess at stuff. I'm just so proud of all of them. Mesa still goes for a double-double tonight. Her impact on the glass is unbelievable, and as a freshman, for her to grow up in this moment and really just keep her composure it's really impressive. Yeah.
Coach, and maybe the hallmark of your team since you've been here has been the defense.
Yeah.
And I felt like you guys are always intense. In that second quarter to step up, I think you gave up 6 points in the second quarter. You scored 20, you got the offense going, but it really started with defense, and that's where the turning point of this state championship.
Yeah. No, and it's the same story for us yesterday, Aaron. We came out and we guarded super hard in the third quarter and went on a little run. We just play better offensively when we get after people defensively. And for us to not get down on ourselves, state championship game, first quarter doesn't go well for us, just to kind of deal with it and just kind of trust each other and stay composed. But our defense, for sure, it carried us through that second quarter and gave us a chance to be competitive in the second half.
Well, Coach, normally this is where I ask you about what's coming up. Instead, I'm just going to say, hey, you are now state champion, head coach Ryan Sullivan, and go give my daughter a big hug for me, please.
Will do. Very thankful to coach her. Yeah.
Well, once again, Ryan Sullivan, head coach of the Lady Broncs. They are state champions once again. And, Coach, just great job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right. That was head coach Ryan Sullivan. And just one second, I got somebody knocking at me. I'll go with her in just a second. We're going to sign off. Thanks, Shane. Yeah, we're getting. I'm gonna get to go be a dad right now. So, I am gonna head over there. But let's run down the scoring real quick to keep you informed. Lady Broncs once again were led in scoring with 17 points by Avery McMullen. Allie Lagaki had 15. Mesa Hanift had 10. Addie Pendergast had 9. And Addie Burgess finished with 8. Mesa Hanift led the way with 11 rebounds. Addie Pendergast had 4 assists. And Addie Pendergast also had 6 steals to lead the way for the Lady Broncs. So, once again, Lady Broncs win the state championship. They win by a score of 65-56. And once again, that girls 4A championship trophy is coming back to Sheridan. Thank you for tuning in all season long. Thanks to Sheridan Media for allowing me to broadcast all this season long. It's been a great ride, and it couldn't end any better way. You've been listening to the Lady Broncs on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.